Hello, my name is Henke, and this is my video synopsis for my capstone project in Psych 265. My topic was on emerging issues in drug abuse, particularly nicotine abuse. I was interested in this topic because I started smoking at the age of 23 and my wife started at the age of 14. We have tried quitting on multiple occasions and haven't been able to, but it has been obvious that for cutting down, it has been easier for me to cut down and have less cravings than my wife did. And I've always wondered if this was because I started at a later age than she did, or if it was up to something else. There's definitely many reasons that we do smoke, and it could be stress, irritability, sadness, we could get in a fight. I mean, when you're addicted to something, you just always come up with a reason to use it. So we'll start with one study from 2015 that provided strong data on when daily smokers began smoking. The study found that nearly 90% of adults that smoke daily started before the age of 18, and that almost all adult smokers started before the age of 25. The study also found that the earlier a person starts smoking cigarettes, the likelihood that they start using heavily are more dependent and struggle to quit increases. I think this can help explain why my wife has a harder time quitting than I do. With a 9-year gap between when she started smoking and when I started smoking, her brain has just become more dependent on the nicotine. In another study done in 2012, looked at 9th and 10th graders that reported smoking cigarettes. During the study, those that smoked more than 100 cigarettes during the study, only 20% reported experiencing smoking to relieve restlessness and irritability, as well as needing to smoke more now than when they originally started smoking to get the same effect. This is something that personally I've noticed. You start smoking 4 cigarettes a day, and over time you're up to a pack a day. You may not need it, but your body's telling you that you need it, so you're going to smoke more. The last study that I'll mention is from 2015 and described why those dependent on nicotine must constantly use. The researchers found that nicotine rapidly rises and falls in a person's blood system, which helps explain why they must smoke multiple times a day. They also went on to say that due to the rapid decrease in nicotine in a person's system, the drug reinforcement must be replaced quickly. So that's why when you go outside and smoke a cigarette, you're craving it again an hour later. This was quite a difficult study for me to do, just because there's not very many articles on adult smokers and their dependence. There's a lot on adolescents and when they started, and there's more about what the nicotine does to your system. So trying to find articles about dependency in adults was more challenging than finding ones for adolescents. Most researchers seem to be interested in what causes nicotine to be such an addictive substance. So I guess with my take-home message, with the knowledge and understanding that the majority of adults who use nicotine begin as adolescents, I think the initial question was more than adequately answered. While there isn't much research on dependence of an adult onset nicotine user, it is clear that the younger a person starts using nicotine, the more likely they will continue to use it in the future and have a harder time quitting.